Let's see. It broke the microphone, so I had to restart the PC again. Thank you, Windows Update. You are a fantastic thing that everybody loves. No one has any issues with it at all, ever. Because all of your updates are perfect and nothing ever goes wrong. Little bit of sarcasm there, because fuck you, Windows updates that are automatic, and you don't even get a bloody choice in it. Hello, whoever might still be there. Vega, S-Dog, Schick, maybe. Hydrate. Kanuka redeem juggle 3 balls for 15 seconds. Might as well. Let's see if it stays working this time. You'll be back. You're going for a quick hike. No worries. Have a good hike. Have some good exercise. Right. Let's do the juggle. Let's turn my mouse and headphones on properly. Because otherwise they're just going to be problematic.
Mic on. Charging battery.
3 balls for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Hey. Right. Let's hope this actually stays working this time. I'll be so annoyed if it doesn't. Right, let's just hop back into this, shall we? Wait. What did that just say? That better not have just said multiplayer. Exit to main menu because I did not say multiplayer. I think you'll find, you stupid piece of thing. Right, I need to check this because if it's been trying to play it in multiplayer this whole time, I'm not going to be impressed because that is not what I selected. I'm hoping that's normal. Also, I do wish that when you pressed ESC, it paused it, rather than just let it continue running. Holy moly, how much has that made? Oh, no power. Right, so if these all produce 10 per minute, you should be able to keep that one. Oh, that produces 20, which means that one produces 20. So we need 2 of those, really, to get rid of all the fluid. It's always multiplayer in Satisfactory. It's made this way. It's just multiplayer that no one can join. Okay, that's... I can live with that. Although it is a bit silly that you can't pause the game if you're not in multiplayer. Right, we are going to have a refinery set up. Oh, with a pipeline. Then we are going to make residual fuel. I guess maybe we're not, because we haven't actually unlocked that generator thingy yet. Okay, never mind. Petroleum coke it is. Was off. No, I messed up. No power. Right, that should use the heavy oil residue faster than it's made in theory. So the output can't keep up. Well, we're making a lot of that stuff. pretty quickly actually. I'm gonna leave a crate here that has misc building materials in. Because I can always grab some more from the other end. I was nearly out of those copper pipes anyway, wasn't I? Right, that'll at least give me something to start the research with. Alley up. So, good grief, let's hope we don't have any more issues, shall we say. Can't help but feel I should probably... Oh, is that a wreck? That is a wreck. I should probably go and have a look at that wreck at some point. But yeah, this bridge that I've got is definitely a worthwhile endeavour. And whilst I will replace it at some point with a proper system, it'll do for now. But I do need to replace it at some point with more than just a flying sky bridge. I should probably move the hub over here actually, shouldn't I? Part of me doesn't want to move it, because that's where it's been, but we do need to move it, really. Ooh, I could potentially get that one. Although I don't think I'm making motors anywhere. Oh, excuse me. I could quite easily make them automatically, so I think I'm going to go set that up. Yep. Because it's just stators which are these ones. And rotors, which are these ones. Oh, we must have quite a lot of smart plating. Oh no, we don't. We do have a lot of smart plating, but a lot of it has been fed over, which is good. It's very good. Right. Cable. Ah, I knew there was something I would be forgetting. Yep. Right, so stators are there. Rotors are here. What is these? These is modular frames. So the stators I can bring around the side. Reinforced iron plate. Da da da. Oh. That should be about right. And then we need some thing to store it all. Yeah, that'll do. Hello, Unknown. Nice to see you as well. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing quite well. We don't yet have a functioning bathroom. The bath is in the room, or rather the bathtub is in the room. It's not plumbed in yet. Nom 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 nom. I can see everything. No. Right. I need to let that do its thing for a while. In the meantime, what shall we do? What shall we research? That one I could actually do now. I just need to make the fabric. That would get rid of it. I'd need computers for that one and that one. You're concerned. It's fine, it's an adventure. You should be concerned. We toys can see everything. T-O-Y, toy. You are a toy. Yeah, we'll do this one first. That is the wrong one. Oh, now we need motors. Which are going to take a little bit of time. Mostly because we're out of stators. Why does it do that sometimes? So it needs 10 per minute, but we're only making 5 a minute. Right, we're going to boost this. Power slugs! Oh, I hate the way it does that sometimes. Just stops you and crouches you instead of actually making you jump. Nope, too far. This one. All because we need to make 10 per minute. Which means we're going to need to provide a lot more wire. Let's go get more wire! Thank you, autosave. Well, Unknown was passing by and Unknown will leave at 9 AM because you pulled an all-nighter again. What are you playing at? We've got a few of these automated wiring things, at least. Oh. We're out of screws. Oh wow, that's out of screws as well. So that needs 125 per minute, 60 per minute, so 180 per minute, which is 185 per minute, which is not what we're making. Ah, but we are a lot closer than we were. I'll allow it. I mean, it's the only time you're active, 5 PM to 9 AM. Fair. I understand. Right. Go, status, go. Right, we're up to 42. What do we actually need for the next space lift thing? I have absolutely no idea. It's been that long since I've had a look at it. Yep. Oh, we need those. That's fine. It's not even something I can make at the moment, except for the versatile frames, which I think are being made back here somewhere. Yes, but we have nowhere near enough of those. So we just need steel beams, actually. Steel beams is this one. Oh, now there's an idea. What I could do is have a hypertube by each crate that takes you to where that item is being made, so that no matter what happens, you can find the thing. Ooh, 16 printables, nice. You can find the things you can find the things and where they go pretty easily. That would be quite good. How can you find this your way around this map? The only reason I can is because I've built it. So I inherently know where things are roughly. It is a bit messy, I grant, but it's messy in a way that I know where things are. Kind of. Organised chaos, as it were. Oh, that needs cable. Although we don't need these anymore. Imagine multiplayer with 4 people or more. That'd be cool and easy. Well, it would, but things would just get done. Oops. But you won't be able to find the way because at least 3/4 of the build by someone else. Well, that's the thing. You have it so that there is a hub that everyone has to build. Has to make it so that anyone can find, using the hypertube system and the storage system, that if they build something, it has to link up to the hub, go to the correct container, and then have a hypertube that takes you to it. Ah yes, motors. Yeah, we've got room. We might as well do some more cabling. Well, what I was actually thinking, I'll just quickly nip up there, is rather than having a separate hypertube room necessarily for where the resources are made, what I was actually thinking is I could set it up so that I have for example, that one is for iron ingots. So what I have is, I know I haven't got the things, is have a hypertube like here, or here, that takes you to where iron ingots are found. Where iron ingots are made. Then one here for copper ingots, you know, that sort of thing. And then I suppose I could do a room that has hypertubes to different scenic things, like, or different components of the base, like power, one to oil, that sort of thing. And yes, I know I haven't finished the hub yet. Although doing that is actually going to cause a bit of a stator shortage. The room would be smart to build. There definitely needs to be signs or something so you can say, this tube goes here. Or this container has this stuff in it. No motors. Is there any more research I can do? Oh, I can nearly do that one. Because I do actually have the plastic now. Right. What do I want to accomplish in this game? I want to get to the end of the tree, but I also want to make it look pretty. Or look nice, rather. I want to do the things with the things, and then also make it look neat and, well, nice and efficient. Except for that bit. Fuel. Oh, I do actually need some of these for my personal use. Num 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 num. I need another 7. People are starting to wake up whilst you're starting to fall asleep. Yeah, that is the oh, excuse me. That is the way of the night owl. Excuse me. Come on, 2 more. Yay! That'll be enough to complete the milestone.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration. The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise. New project parts enable progress to the next phase.
Cool. So what did we actually unlock? Truck, manufacturer, and computer, modular engine, and adaptive control unit. Very tempted by that one, but I'm also incredibly tempted by this one. The only problem with this one is that I don't have the heavy modular frames, but can I make them? I can. It takes encased industrial beams, screws, and modular frames. So let's have a look at the new things we got. So the manufacturer. It's pretty big by the looks of things. What was the other thing? It was a vehicle, I believe. Yeah. The truck. The unit. The absolute unit. So it's double, nearly double the inventory size compared to the tractor. And then let's have a look at how the new other bits are made. Oh, that requires circuit boards, plastic. Ooh, that actually requires a few things. I'm so glad we have been collecting smart plating. I'm also so glad we've kept the automated wiring. Okay. Let's take a quick peek, I guess, at the let's take a quick peek at the oil area, because it's quite likely that it's full. But first I am going to grab some more steel pipe. Ay, 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 ay. Oh no, that's not what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. Let's have a look at our power, shall we, actually? Power's doing okay. Where am I going? I think it's high time I finished off my hub. Or at least, high time I started bringing items to the hub. Anyway. I guess we'll leave some stuff here. take the rest. And we'll go and grab some of our plastic and rubber that should be ready. Oh, excuse me. I wonder if there'll be mostly full chest ready. Because there might well be. Because it has been sat there just kind of working away, and it does produce them pretty damn fast. To be quite honest. Nyum. Look at that, that's... Jesus, that's nearly full. And all that's doing is getting rid of the waste. Oh. Methinks we are going to have to take some of this away. That's not the right one. Well, that's no good. Oh, I know what I can do. I don't know what I need for it, but I can find out. You say I left some cable. I did. Cool. Yeah, that's going to be pretty terrible, I know, but... never mind. I would actually kind of like to store some of this, but we don't have any AI smarty pants stuff. Ooh, so the other option actually is just split it. Merge it. Split. Ah. It'll do. So that means that once these fill up, it'll just go straight into the awesome sink. Excellent. Missing wire. That's you. I don't know how much that stuff is even worth. Probably not very much. Unknown looked at the clock and noticed it is time for Unknown to go. Unknown wanted to keep watching the stream. Sleep is more important than anything right now. Unknown also questioned herself as to why Unknown is speaking third person. Unknown must go. Enjoy the stream and really wants to stay. So goodbye was meant goodbye chat. Or was see you whenever. Indeed, have a good sleep. See you in a bit. Thank you for joining. Apparently the aluminium stuff, the coke, is actually worth quite a lot. For what it is. Yeah, I mean that'll eventually fill those crates up. It doesn't matter about the speed of the fill. All that matters is it's getting filled. Because that is producing a lot of stuff for us. Oh, and back we go. We definitely need to get the hub set up properly. It might not be a bad idea to get the plastic and the rubber being brought over as well, but it might be easier to do that with a train or something. Just try and work our way to the trains and then use those. Hello, Nathy. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, I'm going to open the window a little. I'm getting a bit warm. Need some fresh air. Oh, but yeah, how are you doing? Are you enjoying the start of the weekend? Oh, I don't know why, but I'm a little bit tired. Oh. Just think, those two constructions, that amounts to just steel beams. That amounts to, well, half of that amounts to reinforced iron plate. So I'm going to have to keep building on it. Keep building in it, rather. In order to get the things. You're doing fine indeed. Got your new keyboard and it is amazing. It is so clicky. Why am I juddery? I seem to be a bit juddery. Is it me or is it actually a bit juddery? Because I'm not dropping any frames. It just seems to be a bit juddery. I'm not even using full GPU memory or CPU. How strange. Hopefully it will smooth itself out in a bit. Oh, actually, I should pick up some of my stuff. Mostly the bits that are going to be the hardest to replace. Oh. Now it's not what we're close to. Yeah. Hopefully it should be fine now. I'm guessing it was just a bit of a blip. Also, do you know what? I think it's time to move the hub. I think it's time. We've left it here long enough. Yeah. I'm moving the hub. It is time. As nice as it is nestled in this little area, it's time for this one to go. Hey, hi. What you did was really cool. Thanks for the support. Do you want to watch a movie sometime? If you want. If not, that's cool too. If your time, of course, are you there? Hello. Muted. Pioneer for 1,000 years. Wow. Someone's butt hurt. Fatal exception. The OS has done the only reasonable thing and crashed spectacularly. All your unsaved work has gone to a faraway land, never to be seen again. They probably also corrupted some of your system files on the way, for good measure. Press any key to reboot the system and find out just how many hours you lost on this crash. Oh, that's just a cruel joke. System update. A new system update has been released. Would you like to install the update now? Requires a restart. And Solitaire! What computer system isn't ready, well, isn't complete without a good game of Solitaire? No! Hobby's bad, it looks fine when it's alone on the grass, but when you put it on foundation it looks messy and you can't build roof over it. What do you mean? Looks fine when it's alone on the grass, but when you put it on foundation it looks messy. You can't build roof over it. So you're saying we should leave the hub here? That's what I'm hearing. But I'm not sure I want to. Oh, is that just a warning? I can deconstruct the hub terminal alone? What? And just the biomass burners? The pod hasn't returned. I have no pod. You can't. Nope, you can't. Yoink. Well, it's gone now. And so began the great move.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Real Pepsi hours, who up?
What? Real Pepsi hours, who up? What does that even mean? Hello, Secretly Taco, and thank you very much for that resubscription. 3 months on the trot. Real Pepsi hours, who's up? And unlock train and rebuild everything once more. Ah, no, I have designed this in theory with the train in mind a little bit. Oh, good grief, that's a little bit bigger than I expected. Now, I could build it there. Yeah, no. Tall boy. So... how long was that actually? And would it fit in that gap? I'm not so sure it would it? No, that's a little bit too long. What's with the big ramp? Oh, that is over to the oil. I couldn't be bothered winding it through the underbrush. So I just made a big bridge over to my oil. I will have it prettified later. But for now it just kind of goes... ooh, zump, or something like that. I kind of need to bring this one more this way. to fit like that. Now then, will that just kind of go through my wall if I build a wall straight in front of it? Is this 3D Factorio? It basically is. It basically is 3D Factorio. Cool, right. Suppose I really want to get that working, but for that I'm going to need to get these other things actually being made properly, aren't I? Like circuit boards, for example, and the computers. Modular engines, maybe. Posture check. Thank you. Oh, crack my back. Oh, yeah. Crack everything. Oh, blimey. I needed that. Actually, let's have a look at the manufacturer. Big. It's very big. Okay, what I think I'm going to start doing is, I think I'm actually going to start to hook these up with little buildings. Actually, that building at the end might do for some of what I'm doing. Didn't pick a milestone. Nope. Nope. Right, let's get a milestone picked. And then we'll work out what we actually need to do for it. And we will also start getting this hooked up as well. Because we do need to start doing that. Alternate fluid, gas mask, power, unlimited power. I mean, I'm reasonably close to that one, except for the heavy modular frames and the computers. I mean, I can make both of them now, but I really, really want to kind of push for the trains. Keyboard can be an audio visualizer. Good grief. What keyboard have you got? Oh, it'll be an RGB one, I assume. Logitech G513. Fair enough. Right. That is that one done. Back to the normal drink. I could finish that one pretty quickly. Yeah, it's an RGB one that can light up individual keys. There's a few posture check. 2 posture checks. I don't think you meant to do 3 posture checks. Well, that one's... Let's return some of those posture checks. Why are you redeeming so many posture checks, Taco? Oh, I need to crack my back. What are you doing, Taco? Four balls, 10 seconds. I can do that. Oh, that's 3 balls. 4 balls, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Chew! Chew! So that was 20 seconds worth of 4-ball dribbling that I saw. There is another 10 seconds, and then a 3 balls, and then a 5 balls twice. So let's go. Let's do the 3 balls first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was going to try and go from 3 to 4, but I failed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Attempt 5 balls twice. So 4 attempts at 5 balls. Oh gosh. That wasn't great. Still counts though. That's 1, 2. 3. 4. Finally caught that last one. Oh, I needed that. Right. Fabric. Mycelia. I don't think I have enough to do this. I don't think I have enough biomass. Good grief, it's the biomass that I've run out of. It's too far to run. Time to chop up some shrooms. It is indeed to make fabric. It would be quite nice to have a factory that you can literally just drop materials in, such as the mushrooms and that sort, and it'll just turn it into the fabric, inhalers, that sort of thing. That would be quite good. Take a lot of doing, but it'd be quite good. I will not have enough mushrooms, actually. Did I finish upgrading my home into an estate? No, the bath is still being installed. It's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. I actually also can't remember where the caves are for the mushrooms. Ah, just you wait. My explorer is still going to be gone, isn't it? Yep. Is there a way to get it out? My guess would be no. And if so, that is annoying. Thank you. Aha, there it is. Mushrooms! Thought there are mushrooms you can pick up by hand, thought you had to get them with a chainsaw. I've never seen these cave shrooms. Yeah. You can pick them up by hand, or some of them. You can't pick these big ones up by hand. That'll probably do on the mushroom front. No. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I might as well grab some of them, what are they called as well? The motors. And the Caterium, actually, whilst I'm here. Or Quickwire, as it's actually known. I've only run into the above ground mushroom things that look like they came from the bottom of the ocean. I don't think I know which ones you're talking about. Oh, whoops. Well, I may have burnt through all of the rotors. Still, we have a bunch of motors. So it's not all lost. No, I've got a man over there, haven't I? Is that a glass pyramid? Where? I don't have a glass pyramid now. If you're talking about the big ramp thing, no, that's a hypertube. That thing is just a hypertube ramp across to my oil. I needed biomass. That should be the gas masks. Oh, I left all the blooming... I left all of the rubber and such elsewhere. And I don't think I left any here either. Nope. Plastic, or rubber, or whatever it is. This blue stuff's the plastic. Pulled your factory apart earlier. Oh dear. How long is it going to take to rebuild? Are you going to make it look nice as well? Oh, I've just remembered. God. My dad the other day, just deadpan, serious face. No hint of sarcasm or anything. Came in and said, into the kitchen whilst I was doing some washing up. Came in and said, "So, I mean, you've heard of Karl Marx, the philosopher. Everyone knows Karl Marx. Yeah." And he goes, but no one ever talks about
gas masks
his
and
sister,
filter parts will ensure
Anya.
increased odds of survival
She invented
in
the
gas-based
starter
hazardous
pistol.
environments. Fix It Incorporated
Anya
would like to
Marx.
extend the friendly advice to not forget to change filters regularly.
And it was just one of those, God, that's good, but terrible at the same time. Just deadpan. Came into the kitchen whilst I was doing that, and I just had to stop and just go, ah. It was. I've never seen anything so great as that. Like, I had absolutely no idea where he was going with that. And then when he came out with On Your Marks, it was just a moment of, oh God. Oh no. It was terrifyingly brilliant, is all I can say. It was terrifying because I had no idea where it was on its way. And then it was just, ah, gosh. Why? Why you do this? But at the same time, it was brilliant. You know, that kind of joke. The sort where it just hurts the soul. I've rubber here. On your marks. Do. Supercomputer. Good grief, that's going to be a long time in the future. I'm going to need to seriously automate some stuff before I can do any of that nonsense. Right, so I need encased industrial beams, screws, 100 screws per modular frame. Good gosh. I don't really want to take most of that back with me. You need more pie. Well, fingers crossed, Monday should be the day. hydrate. I also need to start sitting up more. Better posture. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, is try and figure out how this chair works in regards to that. Okay, well I think I've made it a bit more upright. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing. 2 seconds. Just in a mild attempt to make me sit up straighter so that I'm not hunched as much, because I do hunch quite a lot. And I need to fix that. So anything to help me, I'm going to try. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, I don't know what I need to do next. What I want to do next, rather. Let's try and gather stuff for making handcrafting the modular frames. Are we all going to end up with better spines by being prompted by your bot reminders? No, that's hydration for the bot reminder. For me, I just need to make my spine better. Because at the minute it is a bit crumpled. I do slouch quite a lot. And I need to fix that. But now that I'm not slouching quite so much, I have to point the camera up slightly. Bot reminds me for drinking, not for posture. Are you kidding me? I kid you nay. $16 coupons, 17 coupons, essentially. There goes the moth in front of the sun. Okay, I don't have any awesome tokens left. We've got 2 lots of walls to buy. Power outlets Mark II to buy. These 2 to buy. I'm tempted to not bother buying those 2. Still got walkways to buy. Some of those are pretty interesting. I kind of want one of the statues. God, they're expensive though, these things, to buy. Right. We tried making a super fast hyperloop cannon. Could be okay for the upwards journey. No, I haven't. I've not bothered with that, to be honest. Oh yeah, modular frames. Why does it do that sometimes? I think I need a new keyboard. Oh, I just went straight past the modular frames, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That is 185 per minute. I should have brought another thingy. And oh well. What that gets done here? Not really. I mean, lots of little bits get done. Like there's one assembler for most of the things. But I need to change it. Right. Whilst we're over here, we might as well see how many of these frames we can make. I know that I need at least 25. Of these heavy modular frames. Right, 25, that'll do for now. Because I can't remember what else is needed. But I'm pretty sure I needed something else anyways that I didn't have, so it was pointless, actually. I suppose I could set up the awesome sinks over here. Balancing inputs and outputs is hard. It's only hard when you've got a mishmash of things. So, for example, that block, half of it is making 60 reinforced iron plate per minute, and it's doing it perfectly. There is no waste, there's no extra. The only time there is extra is if the output is full. Which it should never be full because it's set to be split, smart split into a chest, and then excess goes out to an awesome shop. So there should be no excess. That one. Power draw only happens as it's needed, yeah. $480 resources per minute. Very tempted. But I do also want this. And I think it would take a hell of a lot to make all the computers. But I am so tempted. I have no idea how tempted I am to just go for it. Rather than just finishing that one off, which I could probably do actually. Except I haven't brought anything with me, but do you know what? Screw it, let's finish this. Didn't bring any copper cable with me, but never mind. Take the Simpsons route, build a monorail. Can you play the piano anymore? I can't play the piano, but the music does appear to have stopped, doesn't it? Is there a chance the track could bend? The monorails do bend. Or they go around corners or something. Ah. All the copper cables are going into making proper cables. I guess it'll have to be tier 3. I'm going to power shard that. Well, that's better. Uses a lot more power. Ooh. But it's worth it as far as I'm concerned. Right. Why didn't it let you do that earlier tiers? If you're going to tell me about the calculator, I know about the calculator. Sorry about that. It's pretty good. Ta-da! The power draw from overclocking is proportionate to the output rate. What do you mean? So that's 17.3. At 100% clock speed it uses 4.1, I think. No, 4 megawatts, right. 4 megawatts to 17.3. I don't think that's quite correct. I've been told it's more like an exponential of sorts. So you've got 17.3 divided by 4, and you got 4.325 times the amount of power usage. I don't know what the actual ratio is, but I think it does. Someone has said that it's more exponential or something like that. Yeah, my copper setup is terrible. There's a natural number like that. Let you look it up. Okay. I want it to back up, so I'm just going to leave it. Right, I think it's time that because I can't do the copper wire just yet anyway, I think it's time I worked on... Okay, actually, can I just make another constructor? God, that's ugly. Can't afford. Feigenbaum constants. Mathematics specifically, by bifurcation theory, the Feigenbaum constants are two mathematical constants which both express ratios in a bifurcation diagram for a non-linear map. They are named after the physicist Mitchell J. Feigenbaum. I can't pronounce it, but... Huh. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, I'm going the wrong way out. Should be going this way. Life's not so good as these. Aye. Ugh. Power slugs. Right, that should really help with speeding up the filling of it. Looks like you're going to be getting a hurricane in a few hours. Oh, that's not good. I hope it misses. What is this one doing? Oh, that's the rock quartz. We are not going to be able to produce enough copper ingots for much longer. To the point where this is actually going to empty a bit. Because we're producing 60, but we're using 67.5 or something? Yeah, 67.5. So we'll slowly start to use our copper up. Alright. That's fine. Should just be rain for you, but it'll definitely make it to your house. Ugh. Those are placed on the ground. Are those the original smelters and storage boxes? Yes, they are. This whole, apart from this new one, but this whole mishmash is the original stuff. I've not improved copper at all because I've not needed to up until this point. How has that worked? Don't question it. Pretend it's not there. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the point where the wire is going to be backed up enough that it's going to start filling the crate. In the meantime, let's start planning out the hub locations, because quite frankly I haven't done that yet. Pay no attention to the spaghetti behind the curtain. Exactly. Oops. So we've got iron, copper, deuterium, steel, iron, copper, deuterium, steel. So that should be the ingots taken care of. Deuterium would go in that one. So then if we have iron plate, I don't have any copper plates, but copper plate, no, iron rods. Reinforced iron plate. I think steel beams, steel pipes. Aluminium. Isn't bauxite refined into aluminium ingots? I have no idea. I've not reached that point. Spoilers. So, steel pipe. Screws. No, we don't need screws very often. Modular frames. No, I don't know how to set this up. Well, either way, we've got the steel in there. Oh, is it in the description? Yeah, I've got bauxite. I've just never read the description of it. So I need to follow the middle one from the third one, and that is where my steel beams need to come into. So dump it in. Right, so 1, 2, 3. So the middle one of the third one is that. Oh god, I can't do it from down here. Oh come on! I just want to get on top of the belts. So I think the middle of the third one is actually the top of the edge one. So this one is steel. Steel beams, rather. I haven't got any concrete. Damn it. Right, so we've got to get the steel from there to come around to there. And it almost doesn't matter how neat it is either. Almost. Oh, for crying out loud. Awesome here. I've been seeing that every time I go past. That I've now that I'm finally down here, I'm going to fix this stupid thing. There we go. Very sad about what they've done to the rebar gun. Why? What's wrong with the rebar gun? Compared to other rebar guns, it looks so weak and pitiful. I mean, it is just the early weapon that you've just kind of smushed together, I suppose. So I can see why. I can see why it looks so weak and pitiful. I actually quite like it because it looks industrial in its nature. Stop doing that. Right, so that one is the steel. To Half-Life's rebar crossbow, Satisfactory's rebar gun just doesn't compare. I don't know the rebar crossbow. Ooh, now I have a conundrum. How do you get girls to like you? I have no idea. Hello there, Mr. Fudge. How are you doing? Hello, Grass Coda. How are you doing as well? Welcome. I'm good as well, thank you. I think we need to set this up so that we've got the outputs coming out of the wall. Because at the minute, it's just a bit of a problem. Ooh.
I like turtles.
Factory looks so much better than yours. Well, thank you. It's nowhere near done. That is my starter factory.
I like turtles.
Thank you for the follows, Grass Coda and Mr. Fudge. The right half of that building is making 60 reinforced iron plate per minute. The left half isn't doing anything yet. It's waiting for a project. This building, once it's got all of the materials being fed into it, will make 270 steel beams per minute. And yes, that is a Cybertruck. It's like a turtle trundling along. And you kind of skim along underneath it. It's got a certain swagger to it. It's not a mod, it's actually part of the base game. I don't know why it's there, but it is. But yes, I need to work on getting my hub set up because I've got all these containers that are two rows of 2 blocks of 30, I suppose, to make 60 in total. That is going to be able to hold basically every item. Not quite all, but most of them. And I need to feed in the items now. So how many do I need to feed in actually? It's 15. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Is there enough room, or is that... Oh, damn it, that's part of that one. That is unfortunate. You know, now that you think of it, your want for a more murdery rebar gun shouldn't be listened to, considering your opinion that this game isn't enough of a nightmare dystopia. To be fair, if it was a horror game of some description, then yes. Or if it was designed so that you got attacked by in waves, sure, yes. I could see it needing a more murdery rebar gun, but it is just a pretty game. Do I want to make them come in on the side? No, I don't. I don't want to have to mess with that in the middle. So what I think I'd rather do is have a second tier of wall conveyor for it. Yeah, we are the monsters. So in theory that should be this block. Yep. Done it wrong. That lot won't be there. Which means this lot is all too far away. Too close rather. I haven't got any iron rods anyway. Temporary measures. I need some iron rods. Gonna need iron rods and a lot of iron plate, I think. This particular project. In rods we trust. Hydrate. Right then, let's get building. That could be awkward, actually. Then maybe you should consider self-reflection. If you see a game about perpetuating the all-crushing wheels of capitalism when you first thought it's child labour when... Actually, no, you first thought it wasn't child labour when, it was arms dealing when. And that is almost as bad. I'd say that's worse. In some regards, because arms dealing often ends up with children fighting as the labour, well, you know, children being involved in the fight, almost inevitably. Damn, one too far. Which means that one probably needs to go there. Yeah, that's not skewed. Worst part of it is you can't do a good Nicolas Cage impression. Why would you want to? No one can. That actually works surprisingly well. To the point that I might move that over there. And have one, two, three. And the last one, I think, was there. Looks about right. It's just sad that after all this time, at the edge of our continued existence, we still haven't come up with a stable form of self-governance that can ensure even our continued survival, if we're talking politics here now. The question is whether there even is a perfect political science. On the other hand, a lot of people hate going to the dentist. It's been a unilaterally positive experience for you. Either you're told your teeth are good, or you're saved from an abhorrent agony before it really becomes a problem. See, I don't mind the dentist, because my teeth just not good. Like I have nothing against going to the dentist. I don't see why so many people are, I guess, afraid of it. I mean, I know it's an entirely personal thing. And because I've never had a problem with it, of course I'm not going to understand it necessarily. Yeah. But as for a perfect political science, I don't think there ever will be one. Hello, Deranged! How are you doing? I'm doing quite alright. I'm a little tired, but on the whole not bad. Ah. problem. Not bad on call this weekend, but so far so good. Well, hopefully you don't have to be called, but you still get paid. Because unless I'm mistaken, you get, well, I suppose depending on the company, but you get paid for being on call. Or you get a bit of money for being on call. Right. Oh, this is going to prove tricky. That side's worked out fine. This bit. This is where it's all going to fall down because we don't have an even number. Plus, even if we did that, it wouldn't fan out properly, would it? Going to the dentist is a rather unpleasant experience, even if it's good in the long run. I don't find it that unpleasant. I mean, I can see why people don't find it pleasant. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it's not an unpleasant thing. But yeah. Nice if an imperfect political science addressed the ablating methane class rates, rather than just identifying which minority deserves to be bullied more this election cycle. I don't know what you mean by the ablating methane class rates. I don't know what that means. That is beyond my knowledge of words. How is that a legal belt? What are you talking about, you stupid thing? Take spread out belts from window pack in extremely small passage unpack to windows. Something is wrong with it. Going to the dentist usually entails hoping that the painkillers injected into your gums don't wear off before they're done with the drills. I mean, yeah, I've had my more than fair share of fillings and whatnot taken care of. Yeah. Gas is absorbed into liquids. Methane was previously a major member of the atmospheric gases, but it was all used up by methanogenic bacteria early on. They pooped oxygen. Which was taking care of iron by iron, turning it into rust. Oh, so you just mean the climate change stuff? really don't know how to do this, actually. Right, I'm going to put a triple window up there. Just in case. I can use that instead. After all, I suppose what I could do is... let's just do that to start off with. That gets rid of 3 belts to the middle. Then we still have 4 at the top. Which I suppose I can try and fandangle over this way. No one wants to be the person trying to make the change, because if you're doing it and no one else is your country, and more importantly, the rich elites invested in your country is fit and falling behind the world, and the world is doomed anyway. Meanwhile, those ancient clutherates have recently been melting and dumping a bunch of methane into the air, which is not great. Yes. I think part of the problem is human society is just too obsessed, in some respects, too obsessed with trying to be the most wealthy. It's all about wealth and status, which, for a lot of people, which is a big problem. So the wealthy people believe they need to push others away or down to stay ahead and all of that. It's bad. It's just bad. At least to the extent that it is at the moment, it's bad. Sheer quantity of wealth some people are amassing is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's not necessary to have billions of pounds or dollars. It's just not needed. What are you going to spend that on that's of any use other than just collecting? Like, there is no use for it. It's just a status symbol. That's it. Anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong. There needs to be like a mix of capitalism, socialism, and something else we haven't yet got. Like, there are definitely problems with most, or with all political social things. You know. You're kind of hoping that there was an easy answer for climate change. But with the lockdowns around COVID, it seems like that is barely a drop in the bucket, yes. Star Trek Society of no money or wealth. Yeah. In the last year, we've had the largest lockdown of civilian movement globally we've ever seen. Yes. And government said, oh, this is a perfect chance to try and to try and go greener by introducing schemes and such to get people not to just start driving again. Yay. Only they'd actually done what they said. I think the problem is that there's no way to unburn coal and oil. When you can, is at home. Well, that's not strictly true, because there are idiots out there that think there's nothing going on, and my freedoms need to be protected by going out and coughing in everyone's faces. Sorry, but you know what I'm trying to say. If I want to cough in your face and give you the disease, it's my goddamn right to do so. I mean, that kind of mindset, it just in itself is moronic. I'm sorry, but it is. Government can't expect it to change if they don't change anything. Yeah. It's a mindset that needs to change rather than a certain aspect. Like changing one aspect isn't going to change it. It needs to be a mindset change. That might be a bit steep. I suppose it's going to be less steep than that one. Hang on. I have two there. How have I ended up with this? Sure, it's fun to get angry at the idiots, but they are honestly a tiny portion of all people. Yes. I seem to have lost a belt. Ah, there it is. Well, that would answer where it's gone. Right, that makes it less of a steep drop. Oh wow, my GPU is really going. Wow. My GPU seems to be struggling. If everyone getting locked down made an imperceptible change, there'd be an even smaller drop in the bucket when it comes to CO2 emissions. Or the end of America. America will just be the first to fall. UK will take back America and then all will be all... No, it bloody won't. Mining too many bitcoins. Yeah, damn right. Have you seen the state Britain is in at the minute? Jesus Christ almighty. You don't want the current British government to have control over anything, really, if you can help it. Bunch of morons. Actually, no, they're quite smart because they've deceived everyone. And people are just lapping it up. I don't get it. It's incredible how they've managed to pull the wool over people's eyes, and people believe it. Same with Trump, actually. How can people still think that they're reasonable people after what they've said and not done, shall we say? Or said they've done, and yeah, it's not quite true. I just don't get it. How some people can be that blind. I mean, I know I'm not perfect or anything, but still. Ooh, I think I've done it. Boris. What a bell end. Why would the UK want America with the land? It's good. It's like keeping a diseased gorilla in your house that eats money and suffers chronic diarrhea but savages you whenever you try to give it free healthcare. I know. What? I don't understand why so many people are against free healthcare at the point of use. I don't get it. Just because, and people, and certainly in America, they hear the word social, and then that's it, gone. If it's got anything to do with being social and helping other people, nope, that's it. Tough shit. Everyone's on their own. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway. It's because America's still under the effects of the Red Scare. What even is the Red Scare? In their eyes, the Cold War never ended. I mean, like, capitalism isn't perfect. Socialism isn't perfect. A mix of the two isn't perfect, but it's better than each one individually. It's about making those steps to what's better. And it's called ignorance, brainwashing of sad ignorance, and money in the big farmers' pockets. Well, it's actually, I saw a statistic a few years ago, I don't know how true this still is, but it's probably even more so true, that like 30% of all American healthcare spending was just on insurance companies talking to each other, saying, we'll pay this, we'll pay that, or talking between hospitals and administration, that sort of thing. 30% of all of the money is just admin for insurance. Get rid of that, you have so much more money available to treat people. Anyway, I can feel my rant rising, as it were. Red Scare was something that happened in America where your entire livelihood could be destroyed if you were even suspected of being a communist. Kind of like modern cancel culture on Twitter, but an entire government. Red Scare was a propaganda campaign to establish a strong global foothold if the Russians who helped them kick out the Nazis were actually making a ton of nukes, then the US should too. So that was initially an excuse. Well, the thing is, let's be honest, how much interference in the American elections has there been from Russia, the UK, China, India? Every country in the world, well, most countries in the world will have had some kind of influence, won't they? And like, the scale of that influence is different for each country, obviously, but so like Britain will have a vested interest in what happens, so Britain will have tried to do something, Russia will have tried to do something. It's like, of course there is, but you've got to try and weed out how much has been directly influencing. Like, it's never going to be perfect until we have like a world government, and even then it's not going to be perfect, because then the world government's going to be squabbling between itself. The whole idea of individualized countries and nations is so backwards. really. Like, there shouldn't be a divide just because of geographical location. According to American news, Russians hacked their election and Trump is 100% Russian agent. Scaremongering. Recent election was absolutely significantly affected, as was Britain's Brexit election by Putin. But at the time it was scaremongering. The thing is, Brexit should never have happened. Like, it's not helped. It's not helping. Yeah. I think it was a report done recently showing Russia had a massive amount of sway in Britain's House of Lords. I would not be surprised. Also, up until now, Britain never thought to refuse entry to spies, but that is how you retain control of people. If people unite, they realise they're more powerful than the Gov. Amen, brother. Hello, Estog. How was your hike? It was basically an honorary member of the EU. Well, Britain was part of the EU, but we were able to we retained the pound. There were literally no more favourable terms available. Did nothing and wore the badge. Well, the thing is, Britain being in the EU is definitely a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Taking back control, we voted for we got all of the results we wanted, bar maybe, I think one report said, apart from 3% of votes, we got what we wanted. How is that us losing control? Us leaving is what's going to lose us control. Bah. Anyway, belts. It was good. Missed the rain. That's good. It's not raining here. Show the EU is on the verge of passing the most absurd digital copyright act in history, which made SOPA look reasonable. Actually, I don't actually know anything about that one. I probably should, but I think I've missed that one. The trade issues that Brexit's going to cause is insane. I know. Do you know what, as well? The whole Brexit kind of hoo-ha started right around the time when the EU was discussing passing a law that would make it against EU law to use offshore accounts, shall we say, to avoid tax. And then all of a sudden the big billionaires and whatnot were like, ooh, no, we don't want to pay more tax. I mean, there are a plethora of other things. So many people are so stupid as well. Becoming members of the EU, you get all the trade agreements you wanted without having to concede anything. Yeah. If Britain puts up another wall of sign, dear God. Let's be honest. At the minute, the world is just screwed up. The world is a bloody mess. And it's only going to get messier. But my base looks nice. Thank you, Pumpkin. Hopefully I can bring some form of order to the chaos. Oops. That is the world at the minute. Right, I'm going to stop waffling on about political stuff now because it's not what you're here for. goodly portion of the civilian population of today will be living in domiciles that will be underwater in 100 years. That would be interesting. What did I just do there? More importantly, how did I just do that? Impressive. I somehow managed to place it through a corner. Sadly, this hypertube I think is going to have to go. Done it again. Yeah. 2 is the right one. Right. Misunderstanding tax issue. British Royal Land, which is tax-free, is a major place for offshore finance from other countries, but EU doesn't allow it and try to force tax there. It will remove extremely huge mass of money from Britain, since owner would transfer money to other places. Those shipping crate homes look pretty cool, reusing existing materials. Yeah, they do. I mean, either way, it's forcing people who are trying to avoid paying tax to pay tax, which is kind of the issue with that one that they're trying to avoid. This seems sturdier than a lot of the houses we see around here. Yeah, that's fair. Ah, yes, but everything's already set up. They can just keep things here. But anyway, worst part about all this is world-ending nonsense is no one can agree on what the problem is or how to solve it. Yes, that's true. I think that might be wrong because that sadly has a 3 in it, not a 2. Now to replicate this. Placing lifts there will be a nightmare. Well, this is why I'm going to spread it out again after this. In theory. I'm going to make a dedicated lift room, should we say. Because rather than it just being one wide, it's now many wide. Right, so that wants to go da-da, da-da, and then ba-ba. Oh, but it's backwards. Plus, it's all further down the stupid thing. Right, so this basically is a mirror image now. Oh yeah. Oh. I placed that wrong. No, that was... Right. Oh, it must have just been the angle I was stood at. Looked weird. So that is the end one. That is the middle one. That then becomes like that, and we need to place in the middle one of those. That was a bit of a whistle. Didn't intend that at all. There we go, that's one half done. Staying at home because of COVID makes you uncomfortable. Imagine not having access to international freight from other continents. No holidays for other continents, cutting out those shipping and air freight routes would pretty much be necessary. Looking at an alternative fuel to power the freighters and planes and an alternative power source to produce that fuel. Now I see everything here is made in China, so I'm not sure how that would work. Of course, and you can't have that. The billionaires want their fresh caviar prepared by a bunch of child slaves in an unventilated basement, delivered hot and pronto. Yes. 1, 2, 3. then it's 1, 2. I think it's about there and there. I hope that isn't on a slant. That's on a bloody slant. That's one too high. And then it's out, middle, sorry, middle, inner, non, out, middle. Non. I have a terrible memory. Then it's middle and then outer. Eh. What? Oh, I've done to the wrong bit. One, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Ah, whatever. Oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah. I think they'll be fine with their caviar. I was talking more about the basics of civilian life. Quickly portioned the basic necessities here and plotted. True. Probably dead before then. Well, that's a bleak outlook. From a distance it looks like spaghetti, but it's actually quite a neat pattern you've got going there. Thank you. It's all ordered and spaced nicely. And there is actually one going backwards. Heh. 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 Oh, that's because that one doesn't actually want to go there. That one wants to be the other one. Wait a moment. Is that right? So you got the two on the outer. Yeah, that's right. Then on the far one you've got one, middle, same height. Ah. There's one belt in there that I've missed. Yeah, that's about right. Then there is Uno. Can't afford. Oh, blah. Blah, blah, blah. One. I beg your pardon? Oh, I never actually deconstructed the other bit, did I? I thought I'd deconstructed the other bit. The only thing keeping you alive is a desire to see the climactic ending of Outside. 3/10 game, too much water. What's Outside? I don't know the game Outside. We got 1, 2, 3. It's a joke on people that tell you to go play outside. Oh. I see. Yeah, I was concerned that that might be a problem. Yep. Kinda grindy. Has a few bugs as well. Sorry, features. Is it a feature or a bug? Or a bug? Yes.
Milestone reached. Fluids can now be packaged to allow for transportation via vehicle and conveyor belts. Additionally, highly improved biofuel can
Totally
now
unbalanced,
be
yeah.
produced.
Cool. So we've done all of tier 5. Now we need to work on tier 6. We could probably do jetpack, to be fair. I really want to do the monorail train technology. But I'll do that in a bit. That didn't exactly have much gusto, did it? for dragging me in. It does look a bit like a bit of a mess, doesn't it? But it is actually reasonably... Oh no! Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's just that moment of, oh, bugger. It is a mess. What? How dare you? How very dare you? Just because it has rhyme doesn't mean it has reason. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I've not even finished because I ran out of iron. Ah, there. Right. Now I have a question. Because I kind of want to put that into another building so that I can then flatten it all to the same level. Look, an artist trying to be an architect, and you've not seen a profession mix-up like that since the 30s. Are you kidding me? Like, architects are all trying to be artistic with stupid, moronic designs for buildings these days. I'm sorry, but some of them, oh, it's artistic. No, it's a fucking mess. I'm not saying all architects and all artists are like that, but you see some buildings and they're just like... A lot of architects are following council decisions to make people not want to walk down this street or make this street a tourist hotspot. Oh, no, no, no. What, like, okay. What I mean by artistic, let's see if I can find an example. For example, this one. Let's try and open the image. Like, that's just artistic. Literally all I typed. I don't know if that's a real image or not, but I just typed that into Google of artistic architecture, and you just get Why? Now, note the date of construction that your example building was designed. I haven't got a clue. But you see some ridiculous buildings. I'm sorry, but you do. Oh, but it flows and it's artistic. I'm sorry, no. Right, so it's there. So that needs to be. Looks like someone got to have a bit of fun with the job. Yeah. But it's stupid. That looks like it came from the tourist hotspot zone more so than the don't go here zone. Yeah, definitely. The worst part of all that wankery is that it works. Yeah. People buy into it. I don't get it. Oh, and modern art. Ooh, that grinds my gears. That does. Hello, Greyhound Girl. How are you doing? Sorry, Emily. How are you doing? How's it going? That's crowd control just by putting no windows on at all. I'm just having a bit of a rant, shall we say, about modern art. It's like... Oh. When I was in school, and I was in general studies, we had a piece of work we had to do that was to do with... Oops. To do with artistic style and being modern art and that sort of stuff. And I was working because I was working with a friend, and we were given a picture of some modern art, and we were asked to for homework to go away and think about what's modern art about, why it's artistic and the artistic features of it. And neither me nor the person I was doing that with understand the point of modern art because it's just pointless in our view. There was a picture. Sorry, and we got to the class and we presented. It's a light switch. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. It's just a light switch. And then we were asked, but what's artistic about it? Nothing. It is just a bog standard light switch you can get from the electrician's shop, and it's been put on a wall. That is all it is. It is a light switch. How is there anything artistic about it? It is a light switch. Bah. And we had a bit of an argument with the teacher about how it wasn't artistic and it was just a bloody light switch. In the end, she gave up. Do you know about the walkie-talkie? A skyscraper that was so bad that it melted a car. What? The switch represents people's desire to change, but their inability to change outside of the system we live in. I don't think it actually gave a proper reason, like the artist's reason for it, either. I think that's the worst part as well, is there wasn't an artist's reason. It was just a light switch. And you had to figure things out for yourself, and it was just like... What? No, it's just a light switch. What are you doing? And a blank piece of wall. And a banana peel. They're not art. They're bits of litter. And just the wall. God damn it. It's a banana peel with a banana that's been eaten. There is nothing artistic about it. Sorry, I get very, shall we say, amped up about modern art. It's something I just don't get. I've always been form over function, which I think is part of the problem. But I accept that that is a problem with me. Partly. Oh, you've just reminded me. We went into an art exhibition in Liverpool that was modern art. I went in with a friend's family. One of them gets into all of that modern art stuff, but the parents, they don't. They just rip into it. And there was one that was just 3 bags. It's 3, I think it was Hessian bags that were just full of, I don't know, there was full of paper or something, just to bulk it out. There was with one horizontal like that, one propped up against the other, and the other propped in front, and that was it. That was the art. And art my arse. I just don't get it. Like I accept that it's partly my fault that I don't get it, but at the same time it's not art. It's just bollocks. In my view, it's bollocks. So middle thingy normal. I'm gonna have to read these in a second. Read the replies to my rant. Oh, that wasn't even the side I needed. So it's middle, normal. Yeah, cool. It made you feel something, therefore it's not. It made me feel anger. Reminds you of a story of a kid who had to make a picture for an English assignment based on The Great Gatsby. One was a picture of Gatsby reaching out towards green light, but he didn't have the hands. The teacher talked about how it had great symbolism, portrayed the helplessness Gatsby felt. And the kid said, "I can't draw hands." That is fantastic. I think the point of some art is to spark discourse, controversy. Some could say that it has to be done has done its job of making you feel angry. Yep, I suppose. It's not the art itself that makes you angry, though. Damien Hirst encased a whole cow in a glass tank of formaldehyde. It's art. No. I mean, to a degree, that is scientific art. That's more like taxidermy, to a degree. So like that one makes a bit more sense. Also, art is really good for money laundering. Who knows what it's worth until someone pays an amount for it? True. After that, everyone knows what it's worth. He did a shark too. It's the fact you know somewhere someone, for some reason, paid more money than you're likely to see in your entire life for this utter tripe. Yes. Someone told you the most super expensive art is money laundering, but I don't know how true that is. The thing about symbolism is that it's often done by accident. And a sheep. And a bride and groom. I mean, there is that art, I guess you could call it an art museum? Medical, it's kind of like a medical art museum or something that there was, that was in, I think, London for a period of time. It might have been London, where it was a load of it was an exhibit of plasticized humans with the skin removed and such in various positions and such. It was symbolizing various things, but it was also fairly, I don't know how to say it, fairly scientifically interesting, because it allowed people to see what's under the layers of skin and such. You have trouble with performance art. Some of that just does not click or make sense. Yes. Interpretive dance. Just love some Aldi. The shark was called the physical possibility of death in the mind of someone living. What? Yeah, you can see the complete circulatory system preserved. Someone called it morbid. It's definitely got a sort of more morbid side to it, but it is also reasonably interesting in that it allows you to see the inner workings, I guess, and it allows you to see what you normally wouldn't be able to see. So that I can understand as an art form as well as being scientific. Glad the anatomy students can finally talk to people about the horrors they've seen. Yes. So that is off center middle. Well, I say art because it was done as an art exhibit, because they were portrayed in different positions which elongated and such, various muscles and whatnot. It put the body in different states, as it were. They weren't all just kind of stood there, so you could see all the tension of the muscles and whatnot. I didn't go to see it myself, but I heard of it and saw a few adverts and a little article about it. Yeah. I don't know why, but my camera's really juddery today. Just is. Art is very subjective, yeah. I would definitely not call myself an artistic person. I think I'm a bit too literal for art. just stop looking at conceptual art. No, I get fine art, I guess it's called. The portraits, landscapes, that sort of thing. That makes sense to me. Some of that is absolutely fucking amazing stuff. Because it's not just nonsense. There is a meaning to it. There is a reason for it. But yeah. I feel like I've gone on a bit of a rant about art now. I guess the anger you feel towards bad art is similar to that backseat gamer feel. I don't know what you mean by that. I think the older you got, the more you began to appreciate stuff in general, like antiques, nature, etc. You see, I appreciate antiques, I appreciate nature and stuff. It's just the modern art I don't get. It's like music. If you don't like death metal, it doesn't mean you'll hate all music, because it's music. Not all art can be understood either. Hello, Cozzy's the cool cat. Indeed. When you see it, you think to yourself, who has such lame taste to buy this? You did enjoy the exhibition where they took x-rays of people in flagrant. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if it really had any scientific purpose, but it was interesting, better than politics. It's your stream rant away. Thank you for the follow, Cozzies. Welcome, welcome. I cannot deny I do sometimes go on a bit of a rant on these streams. Not often, but sometimes. If my claw is high. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, in all of that rant. In all of that rant, I nearly forgot. Go and check out Greyhound Girl, who has been playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon at the moment. And has actually kind of been making me want to get it, I must admit. Right, so that becomes middle, and then there. Actually, I take it you're not feeling particularly well then at the moment, since you're not streaming. You're in no place to judge stream rants, rant away. Didn't even notice it was you at the time, Greyhound. I mean, I did notice. I was so trained in on the rant that I forgot to do the rant. Forgot to do the shout out. Oops. I had a one-track mind at that moment. I was in full rant swing. Right, so it's middle blah blah blah. So that's the far side, middle, blah, da. Oops. So, that's not the middle, that's not even the blah, da. middle, blah, blah. That goes to there. That goes to there. And then, yep, that goes there, and then that goes there. Hey, and then we have our belts. Spread out a little bit more. That's a lot of belt. That really is a lot of belt. Oh god, yeah, it's not a weekday, is it? Ah, oh, jeez. You're playing Darkest Dungeon right now. It's very fun. Kind of upset that it was a law against having an unmuzzled greyhound for so long. It says a lot about the racing industry. What did you miss? Your internet died. Oh. Don't stream at weekends, but yeah, not feeling great. Did a COVID test a couple of days ago and still waiting for the result. Hope you got it so you never have to get it again. We solved the coronavirus cure and political turmoil for all mankind. Yes, you missed that, S-Dog. The pattern shows up after 4 repetitions. Stay safe. Family is very worried at the minute because your father feels like trash right now and it's best to catch it before. Do you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I think I need to spread it out even more so that we've got 60 belts in total going in. But that at least gives us a method for a little bit more easily bringing the materials in, as it were. Because now what I want, what I really, really want, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want, is I want to figure out if I can bring them all down, bring them all to the same level, and then if I can bring them all to the same level, can they get on my level? No one is on my level, because no one's gonna stoop that low. Oh, these are all ramps. Foundation, foundation, foundation. Tell us the story from A to Z. What's this factory section going to process and build? This isn't going to build anything. What it's in theory going to do is provide the supply, or at least an easier way of bringing all of the materials in so that it can be fed into these containers, and each of these containers is going to have one item that is being made in the factory, and we're going to have a factory that makes everything and stores it somewhere. But yes, I had forgotten it was not I'd forgotten it was the weekend. So this is the hub of sorts. And I have 60 belts for 60 items that I need to figure out how I'm actually going to feed each one of them properly. You can't kill them off, unfortunately. If only you could. And the intention is to have it so that each material will come in, fill up these chests thingies, and then any excess will just spill off into awesome sinks. Have you tried hard enough? No, someone just told me that you can't, and I kind of believe them. I can't remember who it was, but someone did tell me. Also, I can't ride the giant moth for very long because it goes through my space lift. Kill the moth anyway. I'm out of cement, concrete. Nyum. That might have been too much. Why are those ones too thick? I honestly don't know how I'm going to do this. Oh boy. Don't think the giant moth respects buildings, but it probably has a hitbox for you to stand on. Oh, I can stand on it. I can definitely stand on it and ride around. The only problem is that when it gets to the space lift, I get knocked off. Oh, there are 60 genuinely useful items in this game that you'll be producing via factories. Probably not, but it's more a case of that's what I want to do. I want to take the time rather than just letting everything trickle along, kind of like how I've done with the oil actually, and the starter base down there. I want to make it a proper factory. I want to put more effort into it, shall we say. I was very confused then, and then I realised it was the music that's causing like the seagull sound. Hey Avery, how are you doing? How have your streams been going? Sorry I've not been able to drop in on them. It's too much nature here. Fridge, you just want to kill everything, don't you? In the words of Hot Fuzz, murder, murder, murder. Very sad that this game doesn't let you burn down the forest to show nature who's boss. Streams so far have been nice, not much people, but the speedrunners seem a little interested. I mean, to be honest, it can take a while to get many viewers anyway, so... And it's good that there are more speedrunners. I mean, I know that I kind of stopped speedrunning, but that was for my own reasons. Actually, do I want to make it so that they all come down to this level or go up to the next level? I want to make them go up. Oh, that's wrong. Also, where are you positioned now then, in terms of the leaderboard? So I know you've been doing the steel axe one. Plan on getting it. Well, Factorio will never go on sale. It'll never go down in price. It'll only ever go up in price. So if you get it, I'd recommend, if you're going to get it, probably get it before it goes on full release. I don't know if they're going to up the price or not, but probably better to be safe than sorry. Currently ranked 7, nice. It also caused you to start learning about image editing in both GIMP and Inkscape. You suddenly needed to learn video editing, already switched editors. You improved a lot, but other runners improved harder. Yeah, that's fair. Factorio, you can set forests on fire. Your activities long-term affect the local wildlife, and there's no AI overlord demanding that you do what you're doing. That's true. There are definitely those things not in Factorio. We'll go with that. At one point your run was 3rd. Nice. That's pretty good. So if you want to feel like a horrible murderous as well as making a beautiful factory, you can do that there, I guess. Yeah. You're rather familiar with Factorio. It's just a thing you plan on getting around to buying someday. It's like the game was made for you. This game is just a beautiful crossbreed of No Man's Sky and Factorio, except with someone actually going to the effort of tailoring the levels. Can't you attach conveyors to the sides of other conveyors? No? You can put conveyors on top of conveyors, but you can't attach to the side. You can do that. You can't stick them to the side. Oh, that doesn't work. Yeah, that's stupid. That just blocks it. No, that one is... Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. What I meant to say was, yeah, that one's not going to work. Wish you could get it. PC not fast enough. Only got an i5 2320 and a GeForce 84400. I don't know what they are, to be fair. If you had something more angled, you could probably have gotten a nicer and less janky looking curve. Do you mean for that one? I mean, that is a right angle. Isn't it? Oh, I know, but it's the fact that I've got to do it to make it a right angle. Because if I don't, it just kind of goes bleh and cuts the corner. Oh no, the corner is a bit flattened, isn't it? Yeah. These look kind of janky. I mean, they're a perfect 90 degree. I think. Once they're there, you could absolutely remove the structural framework without making it look implausible. Well, I mean, it's a right angle curve, technically, I suppose, but... Oh, I actually need to end because I need to have tea, because I'm then probably going to be back for some GTFO this evening. So we'll have to continue this next time. Wow, wow, wow. And I need to figure out a way of doing this. I think what I'm probably going to have to end up doing is having a bunch of these things. Let me just do an example. Let's do it like that. And like that. And that. But, yeah. Oh, that won't work. You're right. I have an idea though. Oops. Ah, whoops. That's how we do it. Make it janky. A J-bend? What's a J-bend? No, but that works. And it doesn't look too bad either. I think that's way better than a J-bend. Okay, that's good. Sweet. Right, I at least have a plan now for getting from the lower levels to the higher levels. And I'm glad I'm going that way around them rather than lower to higher. Higher to lower, rather. I mean, in theory, yes. But does it mean it needs to go up or down or anything like that? Cool. Alright, we're going to save the game. Your game was saved. And then we're going to end there, I'm afraid.
Wow.
Hello, Mr. Boybot. Thank you for the 1 bit. Oof. Let's go to that cushion. Does everything have to be orange, or can you customize that color? You can customize it by using one of the color guns, but orange is the default profile, and I've not gone around making everything pretty yet, which that is going to happen at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. So, we are going to raid someone, and I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me today. It has been a bit of a shame that I've not been able to stream all week. Hopefully next week I won't have that problem. I should be okay next week, in theory. I shouldn't be needed to give a hand because most of the difficult stuff is done. I shouldn't be needed to drive anyway because we should have the car back. And yeah, let's go and raid. So we can either raid, let's go raid. "7 Days to Die." Let's go raid JD, I believe. Actually, I've been feeling a lot of Darkest Dungeon, so let's go raid Zelly. Because I actually do want to get Darkest Dungeon. So, if you haven't already got it, it would be fantastic if you would join us by getting the Wazati Boom emote by spending a few of those channel points or subscribing. No, just spend a few channel points. It'll allow you to unlock the Wazati Boom emote. So when we go and raid, we can say raid message. A thunderstorm has just started. Nice. It's still just kind of grey and overcast here. It's not raining at all. So, let's get this raid going. I may... Oh, no. 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 It was supposed to be raid. Whoops. Well, anyone with a subscription won't be seeing the adverts, so thank you for the subscription. God damn it. That was why did they put the raid and the advert next to each other? That is a truly game over man moment. So we might as well get this raid going whilst the advert is still finishing off, because that was not meant to happen. Wait, is it done? Is the ad break done? I'm very, very sorry to anyone who saw that. You won't have seen it if you're a sub. It was not intended. It was just that I accidentally clicked it instead of raid, which is right next to each other. Never mind. Anyway, have a wonderful evening. Hopefully we'll see you later for some GTFO. Remove the button. Can you do that? You might be able to, actually. I'll have a look at doing that. That might not be a bad idea. But anyway, see you later. Have a wonderful evening. And if not, if we don't see you later tonight, we'll see you Monday. Fingers crossed for some more Pionodon natural evolution enemies. Bye-bye.
The game